Hi, Guy. Did you have a question for me?
Yeah, I wanted to look into a little bit more what's going to help with all of the tension and conflict people are feeling, especially in the U.S. with things with Trump and Mueller investigation and all of these recounts. So I'm curious on what will help ease the tension people are feeling around politics.
What will help our American friends ease the political tension? Okay, that's what we're going to look around. We're going to let the universe give our American friends a message and help them ease the tension that they're feeling politically. Okay, let's have a look. Wow, right away, wow. Okay, so the Emperor is coming up, possibly as the main, tension-causing, element, which would be, the government. The Emperor, that's a governmental card, and feeling a lot of pressure right now. As a country, maybe. They're under a lot of pressure with their current situations on lots of fronts. Let's have a look. Now we have the star here. This is further around the atmosphere, and the Ace of Cups. That's a beautiful card. New beginnings. There's a lot of hope, actually. There's already a lot of hope, it looks like, for new beginnings. Something's already in place, it looks like, going forward in the new year here for very new beginnings here. I think there's a lot of hope, maybe with this new situation after the midterms, with all the new people there. Likely that's going to really help already. Yeah, there's optimism is growing here, it looks like. It already looks like there's a lot of optimism. I think things were a lot more tense maybe, leading up to, but for some reason here, it looks like already, oh my goodness, all the cards around the situation there's a lot of easing up going on already, and it's already occurring naturally. So maybe, Americans are very naturally optimistic, it looks like, because it looks like it's already happening. There's already a lot of optimism, and people are already feeling a positive shift here. We've got the Six of Swords here. That's a moving out of troubled water. So something already shifted the psyche kind of the country here. It looks like they are already feeling like they're moving out of troubled water. Okay, we have the Justice card here, and this is coming. So people are anticipating, and it looks like the cards are agreeing here that some kind of justice is coming that's going to really, to me, the Lover's card is like finding a balance. Okay, so that's why I'm using that word justice around it. It feels like there's going to be some kind of a balance coming in a situation that maybe felt not in balance. Let's keep looking. I feel like some unity is coming to the country, and that's probably really been lacking. I feel like a lot more people will find what's alike about them and not what's not alike about them. It almost feels like the optimism is going to start growing. I think 2019 is going to be a lot more optimistic. Wow. Okay, so we've got the Fool in the atmosphere. So this is interesting because it seems to me things are already shifting. I think they're naturally already moving in optimistic directions, and there's going to be a whole series with this Eight of Wands on the top. There's going to be a whole series of situations happening. All of a sudden, it's like for the last 2 years, there's almost been train wreck after train wreck, it feels like, just watching the news and that. It seemed like there was a lot of train wrecks going on, and like weekly even there was something going on politically that felt like a train wreck. And this card is saying, actually, it might be quite the other way around here, because this is all of a sudden a whole series of positive events, and just one little one after the other, and it feels like it turns into the opposite kind of situation where now it's moving in a positive direction. So it's like the pendulum is swinging and it feels like it gets a little momentum, and then it just goes in a direction where all of a sudden there's a series of positive things, and that's going to really help our American friends move in a more positive direction. So I'm actually quite excited to watch and see how things go here. But I think it's already changing, and I think the optimism just that's being felt in general in the country, I feel like is what's doing it here. And then this series of just little things like little changes, and I'm not sure exactly what those little changes are, but there's a whole series of them coming. So it's like this movement towards all of a sudden good news, and good news, instead of just bad news, and bad news. And that's going to really help. That'll just be refreshing and just a breath of fresh air here. Now in this layout, this card placement here, where this Ace of Cups is, okay, this card placement is it's advice, and it's kind of what the challenge is. It's like you're being challenged to do this. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. With that Ace of Cups there, the challenge looks like it's just to come back to love. Come back to remembering what you love about your country, what you love about, what's good about it, instead of, because we've been looking at for months and months and months what's bad about what's going on in America, and the whole world's been looking at that. Focus on what you do love about it, and what you love about your neighbors, what you love about your family members. Okay, with this card here, that's a very family-oriented card. Take December to really pull back into your family. Maybe stop watching the news as much as you have been. I mean, I know we're all sort of guilty of that, right? So just pull back and look at, what do you love about your people? What do you love about your tribe? What do you love about your family, your neighborhood? Look at things like that. Let's have a look here. Remember, remember to pay attention to maybe your elders and people that have been through situations like this that are difficult. Okay, because there's been very difficult times in all of our country's histories. Just maybe take some pointers from elders from those times, because humans surprise us, right? We always pull out of these things, and we always surprise each other by, somebody will just turn the whole thing around. And with this Fool, so the Fool in the atmosphere, we have the Fool here. With that, I think pay attention to your youth. It feels to me like the youth are really going to be a big part of this optimistic turnaround. It feels like very unsuspecting people. Like, pay attention to the people you didn't expect, to give you some positive input here and move things in a positive direction, because the Fool's very unexpected, and there's an element of surprise to that card. And I feel like there's going to be surprising, and they may just be small things, but pay attention for the good news stories, and pay attention to the surprising people in your neighborhoods and your families that are, putting some positive spin on things here. Because I got a feeling it's going to be the unsuspecting and the most unlikely sources where the good positive energy is going to shift everything here. So it's not all the usual suspects we've been seeing on the news. In fact, it's going to be some completely outside influences. And so pay attention and watch for those, and I do feel like things are going to get back into balance. And that's what's been the problem. They felt so out of balance, and I feel like you're going to get some balance back. It's literally moving out of troubled water with this card here, and some balance is coming back into the whole situation, because it felt like it went way off balance, and people are feeling it, and I feel like that's going to shift. So things will shift, it looks like, and I'm kind of excited about it for you.